This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for July 25, 2023. And in the news this evening, Jamaican athlete Nathan Reid dies in car crash in U.S. Jamaican athlete and the University of Wyoming student Nathan Reid died in a car crash on a United States highway in Wyoming on Monday morning. According to reports, Reid's vehicle was traveling westbound on U.S. Highway 1820, about 5 miles east of I-25 near Orin Junction and south of Douglas, Wyoming. The exact time of the accident has not yet been determined. Road construction workers discovered Reid at the crash site early Monday morning. While there are limited details regarding the accident at this time, the incident appeared to be a single-car accident, the university said. He would have been entering his senior season at UW in the fall of 2023. Reid competed in the discus and the shot put events for the Cowboys. The former Cornwall College athlete was majoring in mechanical engineering. Anytime you lose someone in the UW family, it hurts, but it is extremely sad when the individual is a UW student, said Tom Berman, director of athletics at the university said. Nathan had a bright future, and he was so well respected by his teammates and the coaches. Our thoughts and the prayers are with his family, teammates, and the friends, he added. Reid earned honorable mention All-America honors at the conclusion of the 2021-2022 season when he placed the 23rd in the discus at the NCAA championships. Gunman opened fire on vehicle with a British national in St. Mary. The Area 2 police has launched a search for suspects who opened fire on a motor vehicle occupied by a British national and other passengers in St. Mary on Monday. The Jamaican-born Briton and her friends escaped the injury. It is reported that about 1 a.m., the woman and her friends were driving along the Three Hill Main Road in Retreat, St. Mary, when two men traveling on a motorcycle overtook them and pretended to be in an accident ahead. The complainant slowed to make inquiries, and one of the motorcyclists pulled a firearm. The woman sped off and the gunman fired shots damaging the vehicle. They were able to elude the armed robbers. Call center to handle public health queries. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton has indicated plans to employ the services of a call center dedicated to handling complaints and queries from the public about the public health sector. Tufton said the call center, which aims to improve the responsiveness to patients' needs, forms a part of the expansion of the compassionate care program. He noted that the facility will provide a more efficient avenue for complaints, which will be lodged promptly, allowing for greater accountability. When the calls are made, it goes to a central point or picked up immediately by the people behind the phone. They log the complaints and the details, and then our team will have the responsibility to respond, he pointed out. He was speaking during a recent tour at the Noel Holmes Hospital in Lucy, Hanover. The health minister said that over time, the call center will provide the ministry with a database of complaints and the details about who made them, where they came from, and how to get in touch with these individuals directly. Tufton further shared that the procurement process for the initiative is advanced, and once concluded, the call center is expected to be in place during this year. Meanwhile, the health minister said that the compassionate care program is being ramped up to enhance the experience of patients accessing care at the public health facilities. Under the program, frontline workers are being trained in customer service and relations, ensuring that patients are treated with empathy and respect. Tufton said that the ministry has been investing in new, comfortable chairs for waiting areas to improve the overall environment for patients. We are putting in place the customer service representative as a standard procedure in the A&Es so that they can talk to the people who wanted to be spoken to. We are also improving the conditions of waiting, Tufton added. Jamaicans urged to ensure proper ventilation in enclosed spaces with gas stoves. Jamaicans are being urged to ensure proper ventilation in enclosed spaces where gas stoves are being used after a study revealed that the appliances emit benzene levels above a second-hand smoke. Sharika Whitelock Balinsing, Poison Information Coordinator with the Caribbean Poison Information Network, says that this precautionary measure can lower exposure to toxins such as the cancer-linked chemical benzene. The findings of a peer-reviewed study released last month, led by scientists at Stanford University, is the first to use new monitors to effectively measure benzene indoors. The research found that even low doses of airborne benzene raise the risk of a variety of cancers, including lymphomas and leukemia, by damaging people's bone marrow. Elevated levels of benzene can linger for 6 hours throughout a house or apartment after a gas stove is turned off. Speaking with the news, Mrs. Whitelock Balinsing said houses in Jamaica, due to the tropical climate, are generally built with a proper ventilation compared with other countries. But she said the housing infrastructure in Jamaica has changed over the years.
I've been observing, and it's of concern to me, how smaller our windows are becoming now with new constructions and the internal materials that we're using. Now we have dry walls being used in the homes compared to before. We have more persons using air condition instead of using natural ventilation within their home. One of the drawbacks for us is that we don't have monitoring or biomonitoring devices within the homes, and we will not be able to afford that. So we go to the next best fit, precautionary measures. Ensure that we have proper ventilations within our home. For homes in first world country, they come with a vent. So the stoves are made with vent, and so that exhaust thing goes out. The government now need to look on what it is we have in place in terms of public health. How are we now going to start monitoring homes, especially for vulnerable populations? How often do we go into home to check their indoor air quality? And we can also match if we see numerous children having eye incidents or there's a prevalence of asthma within a particular area, then you start doing the environmental assessment. Nitrogen dioxide, it does have a respiratory effect, and also the carbon monoxide, but the benzene is more toxic.
NIA wants a gap left by political ombudsman filled following Golden's dead voters comment. National Integrity Action is calling for the government to expedite the new arrangements for the role formerly played by the Office of the Political Ombudsman following Sunday's comments by opposition leader Mark Golding regarding dead voters. Golding had urged the All People's National Party supporters in East Rural St. Andrew who voted in the 2011 general elections to vote in the next polls, continuing that even some who not alive, if them can deal with it, no problem. In a media release on Tuesday, NIA described the comments as unfortunate and inappropriate and said they should be immediately retracted. Given Jamaica's history of electoral fraud and political violence, it is not fitting that this matter should even be the subject of a joke, NIA continued. To make light of dead people voting threatens to throw decades of good work to the wind. In the meantime, NIA urged the government to clarify and expedite the new arrangements that are intended for the role formerly played by the Office of the Political Ombudsman, especially as we approach the electoral season in respect of both local and general elections. The anti-corruption watchdog argued that the Office of the Political Ombudsman has proven to be of great value when politicians cross any of the lines that would suggest a disregard for the rules of free and fair elections. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.